Alright, here we are, everyone, with the Army of General Oadius. Pretty much complete. We got some little tiny unfinished business with this army, but not very much. So this is what we're looking at. It's a day before the 1250 Contest of Champions in Sacramento. Great Escape Games, Sacramento. And this is pretty much the army that's taken down to play in the escalation tournament. I'm pretty sure he's not taking the Terminators, one of the Dreadnoughts, and the Storm Raven. But besides that, basically what we see here ends up being 1,250 points, roughly. What do we got here? We have, of course, the 3 Dreadnoughts, Cypherman Dreadnoughts. We got the Storm Raven, Lord Drago's Storm Raven. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have the Chimera. That's Kotiaz's Chimera, and you can tell because his name's on it. Nifty objective marker, kind of hidden in here, probably like he should be, is the Vindicare Assassin. Check out a little closer. Back here is one of the Henchman Razorbacks, 7629. Goes with the Henchman squad here that has a Mystic and some Warrior Acolytes. There's another objective counter hiding over there. In front of the Acolytes here we got a unit of Grey Knights. That's actually the Acrolim squad, the gold squad. There's 2 side cannons, a demon hammer, 3 halberds, 4 swords. In both of these squads, we got another one right over here. This is the black squad, the Cornovan squad. Right up in the front, we got Lord Drago himself. And his Paladin squad. Maybe Terminators, but when they're standing around with Lord Drago, they're definitely Paladins. So there's a couple side cannons in there. The Demon Hammer guy. This is supremely awesome, one of my favorite models. And then here's Kotiaz's Henchman squad. It's got a mixture of folks. There's a Mystic behind Kotiaz there. There ends up being 4 Death Cult Assassins, usually. 3 Crusaders that are up in the front here with Kotiaz. And then a mixture of kind of Warrior Acolytes with different weaponry. Kind of go along with Kotiaz's special abilities. So there's a Melta, a Flamer, and a Plasma Gun in the back row there. Got another little objective counter kind of hiding out. So there's the that's the gold squad's rhino. We got the black squad's rhino over here, the Cornovan squad. So like I said, it's kind of over the top everything. So we got, not so much on a rhino, but there's over the top object source lighting throughout the whole army. You got Kotiaz's blue hammer there. There's force weapons, power swords on anything that's a Grey Knight. Oh, here's the Tech Marine I didn't really zoom in on before, but there's a Tech Marine hanging out over here. He's got a power weapon. He's got all sorts of other stuff on him too, because he's really badass. It's one of my favorite models in the world, really, is the Tech Marine model. So there's power weapons on the Crusaders. There's crazy psychic glow on the Mystics. Like I said, all the guys, all the Grey Knights have, you know, power weapons, force weapons that are object source lighted. The dreadnoughts back here, the Cyphelman dreadnoughts have, you know, Cyphelman or Cybolt ammo, so they got the purple psychic glow going on the barrels. Same with the Razorbacks back here, they got Cybolt ammo. So there's OSL going on. There's a tiny amount of OSL on all the headlights, on the searchlight over here on Kotias's Chimera. You know, on the melt up here, on the cool assault cannon that's got Cybolt ammo also. So that's to start with as far as the OSL goes. On the eyes, especially like the Terminator eyes are really my favorite. But all Grey Knight eyes are got a very nice green glow to them. And then you know, of course, the weathering. And there's all sorts of different types of weathering inside this army. You know, first is, you know, if you check out the blog or the other YouTube videos, you can really see the process that we use to achieve these effects, which are very simple processes, but there's a good amount of weathering, whatever you want to call it, battle damage, etc., to all the vehicles. And then all the vehicles, of course, driving through the mud in various manners. So, like I said, over the top. There's really over the top weathering on these models. Really in all ways. OSL, etc. You check one of the other videos, you know that these that these guys are painted inside. That might be really hard to see from here. But there's also OSL inside all of these vehicles from their, you know, panels and equipment and view screens and monitors, etc., etc. Which one's this guy? This guy is 7628 right there. Let's get a good shot of the front in the light. There we go. 7628. We got good old 7629 back here. So, you know, we've just had a lot of fun putting the army together, building it, doing all the different types of weathering at all the different stages, the different effects that we kind of put on the models, you know, including, you know, past the tabletop stage into the highlights and everything. Was really kind of bringing out the object source lighting on the models by putting in the right highlights, so you can really tell that this guy's holding a really badass freaking sword that you probably don't want to mess with, in all honesty. Not a lot of reason to go charge that guy. You know, and those are the visual elements that even me, the guy who painted them, I just find myself finding more and more and more stuff to kind of, you know, get lost in as far as the visual aspects of the army. You know, there's more to it as far as the modeling goes. You know, the whole army, as you can see here, is magnetized in all sorts of various ways, but namely on their bases, so that they will work with our nifty little trays here. All the vehicles are magnetized where they need to be, but also on the bottom. Another magnet there. Dreadnoughts here, see there's 3 dreadnoughts on a 3 dreadnought tray, are magnetized to the tray. And the dreadnoughts are very magnetized. They each have 2 magnets each. We see that's a tin plate underneath the mud there. So everything kind of locks into its tray, into its spot. The vehicles as well, because you know, these nifty little square trays that you see everyone is on. And you see, you know, on the left here we got like a 20 slot, you know, small base tray. Kotias is on like a 12 slot small base tray. We got the Terminators in a 6-man medium, large base tray, whatever you want to call it, and then another 20-man tray over here with the Grey Knights and Henchmen. 3 dreadnoughts there. You could probably fit 4, but maybe not with their weaponry. So there you go. And then all the vehicles were magnetized as I showed, basically so that we can put everything into our nifty Table War Army case right here, a Grey Knight support vehicle, so to speak. So I'll show you a little bit of that. I'll pull the shelves out. I'll be right back after I pull the shelves out, a couple of the shelves anyways, and I'll show you basically how easily this army basically just, slides right into its case. So we'll be right back with that. So we got our 3 vehicles, and then this will go right into, if I can pick it up, this will go right into the army case. No problem. I mean, we could, in the way the army case is designed, you can go from, display to play that easily. It's actually inside the army case here. And I know we did, we did a preview of the army case and the army and everything. So you guys can see that on our blog or the other YouTube videos we got going on. So you can definitely see, the ins and outs of the Table War case, which we really love in all ways. But there you go. There's the vehicles right into the case, right out of the case. So you see, it's a really amazing system as far as Table War goes. I don't have any of the trays not put together at this point, but you can definitely see it on their website, tablewarstore.com, or our website, shotdownmine.blogspot.com, and our videos. You can see that each one of these trays was kind of a 3-part deal. It's got the border here, which we've got a blank one still. So it's got the border tray, the actual tray itself. So you see how that's the border tray. And then this piece of tin, right, you actually glue in there, or you could set it in there, but it really needs to be glued in if you're going to handle actual models on it or use it. So there's the 2 parts, and then there's an insert, and there's different inserts depending on what you plan on doing with the tray. So we got the 6-man Terminator base insert, the 3 Dreadnought base insert. There's the 20 and the 12 small base inserts. So those are literally just plastic, same type of plastic as the border that just overlays, goes right inside this little area to keep your models in place, because they magnetize with nice little magnets. They're the exact right size as the base, right to the tin there. And a little tray helps it from sliding around at all, but also allows you to then landscape your trays. And I guess you could have left the inserts movable and landscape the inserts. That way you'd still have a little bit more modular system. But for the landscape that we're using for this army, the mud didn't really seem to make a lot of sense to keep all those parts. So again, really excited. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you check the blog, shotdownmine.blogspot.com. Check out our other videos on YouTube, especially about this army and the Table War case and the Secret Weapon Miniatures product. If you haven't already, make sure you do check out the secretweaponminiatures.com stuff. The Table War store for the case and all sorts of other cool accessories. And our blog, of course. And if you don't mind, check us out on Facebook. Shot Down Mind on Facebook. You should be able to get there. Like us on Facebook. Really appreciate you guys watching us, paying attention, following along, and enjoying our content. So I hope this lives up to what you're expecting, or better. And I hope you get a close-up view as soon as possible, whether it's in Sacramento or LA or San Jose or somewhere over in New York, in that Nova Open area, maybe Chicago for Adepticon. You might find the Army all over the United States sometime this year. So again, really appreciate it, everyone, and stay tuned for more.